badass stuff. We got a couple interviews lined up. Jeff's trying to hunt down the guy that runs the place so we can interview him. And I just want to show you around a little live right now. Let me turn this around. If you haven't heard of Arlen Ness, he passed away recently. Arlen Ness was a custom. That's one. Arlen right there is a younger man. He used to make digger frames. This is a 1947 Knucklehead. Look at that. That is a 1947 motorcycle. Look at that. 1947 Harley Davidson FL. It's got the VIN. Custom built Knucklehead, nicknamed Arlen as a flashy knuckle. It's an original frame and front end with custom cosmetic touches. And over here we have a 1946 Knucklehead. Look at that. 74-inch motor. Belt drive. This is a highly customized one. Also by Arlen Ness. He was from the Bay Area. He built some really badass motorcycles. He put custom on the map. I didn't like a lot of the stuff he did, but I really do like this stuff that he did. It's kind of noisy. They're auctioning off bikes. We got this old BMW here, 1970. Oh, there's a Victory over there. They're not just selling off old stuff. They're selling off new stuff, medium 70s, 80s. I want to show you guys something. I believe it's from England. It's called Bro Superior. Look at this. Look at this motor. Look at that. This bike used to haul ass. Look at that stick shift. I'm going to get around here so I can see what the paperwork says. It's a 1922 Bro Superior. 1000 cc. That bike used to haul ass. It was way ahead of its time. We got the auction going on down here. And merch. We've been walking around. And they have some amazing stuff here, folks. Even if you're not a motorcycle aficionado, you gotta appreciate this stuff. Everybody knows I'm an Indian guy. I don't know about pink, but look at this. Come on, turn around. Look at that. Look at that Indian. Look at that. Yeah, that's way before steampunk, I'll tell you. That Bro Superior was the fastest motorcycle for quite a while. No reserve on this bike. 1940 Indian Sport Scout. This was a fast bike. Estimate 30 to 32,000 bucks for this bike. This is a Sport Scout. So they had chiefs and they had scouts. And this is a Sport Scout. So that would be the equivalent of a race bike back in the day. Had a race motor, kind of. It's probably all cammed out. Look at this. They don't have the reserve on this. 1926 Indian. This is a board track racer. They used to race this motorcycle on 2 to 3 mile tracks, 1.5 mile tracks, made out of wood, made out of 2x4s. And them guys would go 100 miles an hour on this bike, 110 miles an hour. There's another Indian one-lunger. Those guys would crash and get big giant splinters in their butts. And I mean bad. Imagine a wood track full of oil spilled out from them bikes. Them guys, these bikes got no brakes. That bike has no brakes. And I believe Indian had no gears. They would just start them, push them, and go. 1921 Daytona single. Look at that. Nevada resident, not probably fully restored to period correctness. It was a 1915 factory rider. Irwin Cannonball Baker rode a pre-production model of this bike. Look at that. It's amazing. Look at that technology, man. 1920. Look at that. Look at that Indian. Beautiful. Look at this bike. 1916 Indian Headstrom Power Plus motor. This bike is ridden in a 300-mile 1916 Swedish Enduro run. Veterans bike in 19. This bike is awesome. Look at this BMW. Look at this, it's amazing. Nah, you're good. Look at this Thor over here. Look at that. We just got a. Are you?
Yeah, go for it. No, you're fine.
We got a YouTube channel called The Biker and a Businessman.
Oh, you're good, man.
Just kind of, some content. Look at this Thor. These bikes were awesome. 1910 Thor single. Look at that. It was on loan to the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum, 85 to 15. It's an exceptionally rare single-cylinder Magneto model. Look at that. If you had that, would you ride it? Yeah. Look at this Indian. Look at this. Back when they had side valves, this is an experimental overhead valve. Look at that. That's a race bike. Look at this. 4-cylinder Indian. 4-cylinder. They made these for a while. Henderson used to make them, and he died on one. And this is a 1936 Indian. Upside down 4. And if I'm not mistaken, these used to burn people because the exhaust was in the wrong spot. They changed it later on. Look at that. Look at that leather belt on that 1904 Harley Davidson. Look at that. And we got newer bikes here. Look at this. Look at that. Kawasaki's. What is this? The bikes we ride now. A 1901 Steffley. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. What is this? A 1903 Mitchell, named after my own heart. Look at that. Look at these bikes, man. The bikes that we ride now, this is where they came from. I mean, we're going 100 miles an hour down the freeway now on motorcycles. Back then, they were going 100 miles an hour on racetracks on these skinny bicycle-looking bikes, But it's come a long way. These guys put a lot of money into these. We got a guy downstairs that has a V-Rod, totally chrome, supercharged. We're going to interview him. He's an interesting character. So, tomorrow, let me show you something. This is an Indian 4-cylinder, right? Indian 4-cylinder Magneto. It's got a 78 cubic inch motor, right? Runs on a Magneto. Look at that. Look at that bike. Look at the sprung seat. Look at this. Leaf spring front end. There's guys that still ride leaf spring front ends today. Custom bikes, Kiwi Indian makes a period correct leaf spring front end. See, now this exhaust goes down. That exhaust over there come up, and it used to burn people. So they went back to this later on. But now look at this. Indian didn't start making the 4-cylinders. This did. Henderson. This bike is a 80 cubic inch. 1931 Henderson 4-cylinder motorcycle. Factory guaranteed at 80 miles an hour, capable of 100 miles an hour. Considered the Duesenberg of motorcycles. This is an awesome bike. Look at the front end. Look at how the front end goes through the fender. So Henderson built these, and he died on one in a motorcycle accident, I believe. And then Excelsior bought the company, and then later on Indian started making them. So that's why this is considered an Excelsior Henderson. See? Excelsior bought the Henderson brand after Henderson died. Look at this. A Vincent Black Shadow. Look at this. Look at this bike. 1951 Black Shadow. Genuine new old stock factory parts are used in this restoration. So this bike is not only period correct, it's got original Vincent parts in it. Let's see what it says about it. The Black Shadow was exported to the United States in August 1950 and sold as a 51 model by Indian Springfield, Massachusetts. 998 cc's overhead valve, 4-speed transmission. And I think they outlawed this motorcycle in the United States because it was too fast for its time. Look at this. 1946 Indian Chief. It's got a girder front end. They got away from the leaf spring front end. Look at that Vincent. Now what they don't tell you is when Indian was going under in 1953, Vincent, so what they were gonna do is they were gonna take that Vincent motor and Family for Loyalty, what's going on, Smoky Mountain Bear, Debo Green. They were gonna take that Vincent motor and put it and make Indians with Vincent motors. That was the idea. A lot of guys wanted to do it. It never happened. It might have saved the Indian brand. Indian was mismanaged. The DuPont brothers bought Indian in the 20s. They owned it for a long time, like 20-something years, and then they sold it. And the people that bought it didn't give a shit about motorcycles. They were into British motorcycles. So they ran it to the dirt thinking they could start selling British motorcycles like BMW style bikes as Indians, and the American public wasn't having it. So they went out of business. But of course now we know they're all back in business. Look at this Kawasaki here. They're not just selling, that's a 900. I don't know much about these old Japanese bikes. I know they're fast. This is a precursor to what we got now, crotch rockets or sport bikes. These KZs. It's a Z 1900, 900cc. Those bikes hauled ass. I remember when they first came out. Look at now. Here's another Indian 4. Look at that. See how the exhaust goes down? That one over there, it went up. That is badass, dude. Look at this. Absolutely no reserve. It's a 1929 Indian 4-cylinder. It's got a 1264cc 4-speed motor. The seller bought it in 2012. It's $100,000 to $130,000 estimate price. Correct. Carburetor's correct. Best show winner. Yeah, beautiful bike. There's another Indian. Look at this, another Vincent. Look at that custom paint job. So, yeah, there's a 1947 Indian. Now let's look at this. What year is this? 1950 Black Shadow, but it's got a custom paint job on it. Look at the front end. Look at the suspension. Ahead of its time. Now, a lot of you guys don't know. There's a painting on the side of the tank I'll show you. The guy went out to Bonneville Salt Flats on this. He was wearing a Speedo and I think some socks, maybe some shoes. And he laid down on one of these motorcycles and broke a land speed record on it, So it's amazing. They were badass bikes. And so this guy's got that guy setting a land speed record on it, on one of these, on the tank. But also look at the suspension in the rear. Look at the suspension in the rear. These bikes were ahead of their time. These are from the 50s. Look at that. That's a portrait of the guy breaking a land speed record on one of these motorcycles. Awesome. Let's see. Auction office. You notice Jason Menifee here? You having a good time? Yeah. Let me see. Exhibitor. Oh, I got an exhibitor. I'm supposed to be media. But we got passes to get back here, so. Oh, here's, what is this? A Rouge. Look at that. Look at the push rods in that. Ulster. British bike. Triumphs. Look at this, folks. Another Vincent. Another Bro Superior. Another 4-cylinder. 2 more 4-bangers. Look at, and I believe this is the newest. This is probably from the 50s. No, 40. They only produce these 4-cylinders for a while, so look at the difference. That's a 40, and this is a 32. So 8 years difference in the motors and the bike. You notice the leaf spring suspension on both of them, right? But look at that motor. Look at that. Look at the seat. That's the suspension on the seat. Look at Look at the dashboard. You know, it's got a cable that goes back here, probably to the sprocket somewhere. Look at that carburetor. You know, and the battery. And then look at the other one over here. This is 8 years difference. It has fenders like this, which I kind of want to get on my bike. They went to the skirts in 1940. Look at the motor. So beefier, you know. Look at the linkage. These bikes are badass, dude. You got the hinge on the seat, you know, on both of them. Look at the difference in the headlights. Look at the horn, little Indian head on there. These bikes are awesome, man. Now this bike, I believe, has a pogo stick. There's a pogo stick right here for suspension, and this is called a plunger suspension. That was before Harley had any suspension on their bikes. They had a plunger. I don't know how well it worked. And look at the difference in the dash on that one as opposed to the dash on this. That's right, Jeff. Higher powered. What's going on? But look at this. As opposed to that, all this stuff, dude, it's just so awesome, man. Here's an Excelsior, and Excelsior started making the Henderson 4-cylinder bikes. So it's a 1919 Excelsior Big X Twin. I want to check the displacement on this motor, see what it says. That's a 1264cc motor. Both same size. Now, Excelsior, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to mix the names up. This is a Excelsior introduced his first motorcycle in 1905. Ignacio Schwinn, who makes Schwinn Bicycle Company, he bought it in 1912. Schwinn purchased the Henderson Motorcycle Company in 1917. These two brands were produced side by side. They ceased production in 1931. So I read an article about Excelsior. They used to race motorcycles. And so I think his name was Ignacio Schwinn. There was a couple brothers, the Schwinn brothers. And they used to race the board track racers. Excelsior had a racer. And if I'm not mistaken, a guy died on one racing for Excelsior. You got to figure these board tracks, they had big, huge bank turns. They were giant ovals made out of wood. And guys died, you know. The tracks were getting full of oil. These motorcycles did not have a recirculating oil. They were a total loss oil system. So all the oil would just drain out of the bikes, oil up the tracks. And I hope I live as long as that's right, Teddy Mac. And so the tracks would get oily and slick. And guys would crash. These bikes smoked like hell. Indians, they had no brakes. And the Indian would just start the bike on a stand, push the guy off and go. Just one gear, go. No shifting, nothing. I mean, these guys were daredevils of their time, you know. Really awesome. Oh, look at this bike down here. What you looking at? What is that? Ooh. So Indian went out of business in 1953 due to mismanagement. This is a 1951. I've never seen one of these. Husqvarna. That's a 1951.
80-inch motor.
Yeah, that's when they came out with an 80-inch motor, trying to, you know, salvage the company. This is 80. You know, this is different. I don't know what the difference is in the bikes, electrics and stuff. But look at all the cool. That just had style, you know, for its day. That was Art Deco like a motherfucker. You know, look at that. It's a beautiful bike, and I bet this thing will get on the freeway right now and go 80, 90 miles an hour. Look at this. What the hell is this? A CGB motorcycle, 1908. Sold on bill of sale. So they don't have a title for it. It's a 1908, so they don't have a title. They're just going to give you a bill of sale. 1948 Whizzer, Model J. These are Whizzer. This is an American classic. They remanufacture these things now. But this is an original Whizzer. Look at that. Imagine riding at the, what year is this? This is a 1948. Imagine being 1948, going to high school or going to junior high on your Whizzer. You'd be the baddest dude in school. Huh? Look at that. Moto Guzzi. Italian Moto Guzzi. 1956 Moto Guzzi. 250. Is this a Suzuki? No, BMW. Triumph. Yeah, they got newer bikes here for some reason. There's a K model. Harley Davidson K model. This is a precursor to the Sportster. I hope I'm not boring you guys because I love motorcycles. It's a 1956 K model. So the K model, before they had the K model, they had 45-inch flatheads. This is a 45-inch motor, flatheads, but it's when they first started making the unit construction, like Sportsters. This is technically the first Sportsters, you know. So it's awesome. There's an old shovel head. Kawasaki's. But those that little red bike there. That little red bike's a Bull Taco. It's a Harley Davidson there. Oh, look at the Bull Taco. Those are popular when I was a kid. You know, dirt bikers riding, you know. Look at this little Harley Davidson, bro. These are very popular. I've seen pictures of Willie G. Davidson and his brothers riding these things and their kids. 1959 Hummer. Look at that. I wonder what size motor that had. I think it's a Red Reserve. A Hummer, it's a 165cc motor. Isn't that neat? This is badass shit. BSAs. BSA stands for Birmingham Small Arms. BSA. They're good bikes. So people, we got some interviews lined up. We will get back with you guys later. We're going to interview some people that build these bikes. Hopefully, we got a guy who hauls bikes to these auctions for people. We'll talk about that in case you don't want to buy a bike out of state. They'll haul it for you. I want to talk to the guys that build bikes. We got a guy. He's got a couple of Gilroy Indians he's going to sell. He's from Tennessee. Moved to Mobile, Alabama. Super cool guys. We haven't really talked to a lot of guys, but we got a couple interviews lined up. So we're going to get with you guys later. Just want to give you a preview of what's going on. Take care of yourselves out there. And by the way, Jason and I had a wonderful ride over here from Santa Cruz yesterday.
Yes, sir.
It was wonderful. Great ride. Good weather. Excellent.
Optimal.
Yeah, no, that's right, higher powered. Jeff. Sinzo Cage, enjoy, man. Thanks for the tuning. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching, man. I just want to give you a view of what's going on here. These bikes are worth millions of dollars. They probably got they got millions of dollars for the bikes here. So we're going to give you some, we'll get down on the auction floor, let you see some stuff, we'll just give you a heads up. It's a different deal, different genre. You guys know I like bikes, so it's an interesting thing. This is going to be posted on a Biker and a Businessman, so check that out. We got a few videos. We're trying to build that up, Jeff and I, because he is a businessman and I am a biker. And that's right, Big Roy Holler. So, you guys mean everything to me, wife and family, Hard Intentions family. You guys are great. I want to tune you in on what's going on in this part of the world, People build these things and people invest in these things. And some guys ride them. And some guys keep them in a climate-controlled garage as an investment, Steve McQueen used to collect bikes. Some of them bikes he had are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, you guys take care. We love you guys. Get some to Dirty South. That's right. John Doe, what's going on? Michael Scola. Everything's good, brother. Here with Jason and Jeff. The wife's coming down Friday, and once you get some interviews done, we're gonna go cruise around, ride around. He wants to see the Hoover Dam. Maybe we'll show you guys the Hoover Dam. lot of you guys live on the other side of the country. So maybe check out the Hoover Dam. Maybe you like that. They have the biggest American flag in the world hanging off the Hoover Dam. Yeah, this is great, man. I'm jazzed to be here. From Georgia. Get some to Dirty South. No wonder it says Dirty South. That's not Dirty South, Southern California. That's the real South. Thanks for tuning in, man. You know, you guys' support for this channel means everything to us. It really does. I've said it before. You know, without you guys, there's no channel. There's no us without you. So thank you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm just trying to keep it interesting, people. Yeah, all right, Mr. Wilson's view. We'll shoot Big Max. Big Max is coming down later on this week. Friday, he's coming down with his family. And I want to thank Jeff, you know, for getting us some rooms, comp as media. 1980, I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you for tuning in. We love you guys, man. We're trying to keep it interesting, you know, show different parts of the world. Shoot a Nor. Big Roy Holler, thank you for that super chat, brother. Higher powered, hit that like. That's right, Casper. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Mecum Motorcycle Auction. John, thank you. Terzakis. Did I pronounce that right? I hope I didn't butcher your name. What do you think about this? Oh, look at this. The year I was born. 1961 Velocette Venom. Where's this bike made? It's $15,000 to $20,000. It's a British bike. It's called the Venom. I like that. Ran off a Magneto. 1 3/8 carb bore. Doesn't say much else about it. It's a badass bike. It's called the Venom. You guys take care out there, man. There's some Nortons. Some of my friends had Nortons when I was a kid. This is just scratching the surface of all the stuff they got here. Warm there, cold as hell. It's kind of warm. It's a little windy. We had to wear cold weather gear to ride here, right? How'd you hold up?
Pretty well.
We had insulated. Yeah, we had insulated overalls. I had of course, my bomber jacket, and my brother got me some like snowboarder insulated gloves with heaters in them. I haven't turned on the heaters yet, but I might have to when we go back over the mountains. What's up, Dubs? Brother, that's right. Much respects to you, brother. All you guys out there, thank you. Take care. Go out there and do it hard, whether you're working, playing, loving, praying. Be a gangster, man, and do it hard and do it right. Thank you so much. Later, peoples. We love you.